Okay, sorry. Let's start. Welcome. We are here for the lead partner seminar dedicated to product approved under the call 5, the 5th call of the program. So dedicated to strategic territorial projects. First of all, congratulations. For newcomers, welcome to the Interreg Euromed family. For those who are already involved in ongoing project, well done again and happy to see you again. For those who don't know me, I'm Sophie Scarvelis. I'm the head of the project unit at the Interreg Euromed Joint Secretariat, and I'm here with my colleagues, communication colleagues, financial colleagues, and project officers colleagues in another room at the office. So, strategic territorial projects are a new type of project for this programming period and for the program. Only 9 have been approved, so you are a small community in a bigger community of projects. Those projects are very important both for the program because they are as for the name, they are strategic for the program because of the topics and of the territories we have chosen to emphasize, to put on the highlight in those projects. There are also long projects, but even if they are long, we need to start quickly because they are very ambitious as well. The topics and territories we have chosen for this call are very important for us, for the area of the program, but also are key priorities for the European Union and the Mediterranean Sea Basin strategies as a whole, and specifically water and islands. The meeting is recorded. The PowerPoint presentation and the video of the recording will be uploaded on our website in the event section. Please mute your microphones. After each session, we will open the floor to questions that you can ask by raising your hand or by writing them in the chat, but we will answer to them after each session. Please try to not anticipate questions that we might answer in the following sessions. And let's start first with the agenda of this meeting. So we will start, we have already started with the welcome and we will continue with the introduction from the Joint Secretariat on the program bodies and the architecture. Then each mission, the missions under the governance project will present to you the activities. Then we will have a session on the management principles, the pre-contracting and contracting processes and the project startup. Following that, we will have an introduction to the reporting process and to finances, and we will finish with the communication and the different tools that are available for the implementation of your projects. A comfort break is planned around 11 o'clock. To warm up, we propose a short Slido to see who we have with us this morning and adapt also the presentation to your experience in the program. So please enter Slido. We will give you a few minutes to complete the questions. It seems that we have a problem with the Slido. Colleagues, can you check, please? The Slido is not active.
I think that for someone is active, and it says call for Slido from April.
Yeah.
It says call for slider from April.
When we scan, maybe with the code it's different, but the scan is not good.
Okay,
The QR code is not good.
Okay, so please enter the code LP5.
Thank.
Sorry for the mistake.
you.
Okay, with the code it's working, so please do not use the QR code. So we wait some minutes more to have more participants in.
We received actually 24 votes, 25. And the question was concerning if I'm a new partner. This is the first time I take part to an Interreg Euromed project. And we can see that the most of participants vote yes. So welcome to the Interreg Euromed program. And we have also some partners from the previous programming period participate as project partner in 2014-2020 with the Interreg Med project. And
Okay.
few of them are not new partner, but the most yes. So welcome to the program.
Okay, so this is good because of course, so we will adapt also the presentation to the new ones with maybe more details than if you were already all well aware of how the program is functioning. And so thank you very much. Let's continue. So the program bodies, to start with, it's important to remind who are the bodies and the persons around your project who are here to support you in the implementation of your project. You, and specifically the lead partners, is in direct contact with the JS. Each partner is in direct contact with the national authorities, the national contact points and national controllers for any issue related to national rules and for the certification of expenditure. On the other hand, the JS and the managing authority are working closely with the monitoring committee, who takes all the decisions related to the program and the project selection. The monitoring committee has approved your projects, but we are also in direct contact with the European Commission, the accounting authority, who makes the payments to each partner, but also the audit authority for control and audits. And we are in charge of animating the network of national contact points and the network of national controllers. All contacts are on our website, so you can, of course, go to who we are and have all the information there in order to contact specifically your national authorities, your national contact point whenever you need. At the Joint Secretariat, we are 22 people working with Corso Cervelli, who is our coordinator, Lorena, our assistant, and we have 3 units. The project unit I am managing with 8 project officers who are your first and main contact person for anything you need, from contracting to reporting and for the day-to-day monitoring and support. We are missing 1 colleague, but we hope to have somebody replacing her as Florence left a few days ago in the coming month. And you can see here that each of the project officers, but also financial officers, are working in specific, and the communication team as well, on one of the missions of the program. Then we have the resource coordination unit with financial officers in charge of supporting the project officers in the financial management of the project and the overall program financial management, the payment, the control, the audits, etc. And we have the communication unit, your contact for anything linked to publication rules, your website, your project videos, your communication strategy. And in this unit, we have our IT, Florian, dealing with all our tools, GEMS, website, Basecamp, carbon footprint that we will present to you after in a while. We are organized, as I said, on the basis of the program missions as project follow-up is concerned. So each project officer, financial officer, and communication officer is specifically following the project of its mission. But for any general question, you can use the program email, of course. And for specific questions, you can contact directly your project officer. Still, all our contacts are on the website, of course. The program is organized into 4 thematic complementary missions and funds 2 types of projects: thematic projects, where you are in, and governance projects. Furthermore, the program, together with the governance project, coordinates with Mediterranean and European stakeholders to amplify the impact of each individual project on the territories. So thematic projects are at the very heart of the program, producing deliverables, outputs, results on the field in their own territory. And the governance projects work with thematic projects to amplify their results, supporting them in creating synergies in the reuse, transfer, and policy uptake of their results. This is why each thematic project shall participate actively in the thematic community of the mission it belongs to and benefit from the experience and support of the governance project. Of course, those activities are co-financed through the project budget. You have planned also some money in your budget to participate in those activities because it's really what is at the core of our program and our result amplification strategy. And the work between the governance project and the thematic project is really, really very important in order to achieve our objectives. So you will see in a few minutes exactly what the governance projects have to how they are organized, who they are, and what they have to propose to you in specific for each of the 4 missions. But in general, let's say that the thematic community projects implement activities focused on sharing, exchanging, and developing synergies between projects under the same mission. And this implies active participation in their group activities, investment in the activities of they are implementing, like participating in events, etc. And while for the second type of governance project, the institutional dialogue project, they are more on the work on strategy and supporting you in policy uptake. You will see all this in a few minutes. Just to be as concrete as possible, here is the overall picture of all of our ongoing projects. We have 8 governance projects, 2 per mission, 1 thematic community and 1 institutional dialogue. They will be working with you in the mission. And we have now, with all of you, 88 thematic projects running, 56 from the call 2, 23 on the call 4, and 9 from the call 5. This is you. So we have committed more than 86% of the program budget now. And you can here see also the share by mission. So 23 in the Innovative Sustainable Economy mission, 18 in the Natural Heritage mission. We have 25 projects in the Green Living Areas mission and 22 in the Sustainable Tourism mission. So As I said, you will see the key activities and requested involvement later on presented directly by the missions representatives. But here you can see exactly also the aim of each of the two types of governance projects. The one focused on community, the animation of a community of projects, facilitating resource transfer to stakeholders, and focusing on technical and strategic content. And the other one that aims to amplify the transfer of policies with dialogue among policymakers, stakeholders, and focusing on policy improvement and transformation. Just a short reminder on the minimum activities requested by thematic project to be performed with the governance projects. Please share your contact details, of course, with the governance projects. Inform them about the organization of your steering committees, of your events, because they can attend them and follow your work closely. So as much as they are aware of what you are doing, they can support you and enhance the visibility of your activities as well. In order also to see when to inform them as much as possible about your activities. After the pre-contacting phase, we will ask you to complete a form like a simplified work plan in order to share it with the governance projects. And this will help them be informed of the activities you will be implementing and adapt also their activities to yours. And here you can see, of course, on the top of specific activities that are proposed, we as a program support the implementation of the Inter-Euromed Academy in coordination with the governance projects. And this will serve as a training platform to support the dissemination and transfer of knowledge and results. And in this framework, all thematic projects can participate in the joint elaboration of pedagogical material. So if you have trainings, etc., all this will go through the academy. Also, we will ask you to produce a short introductory video presentation. This will be further discussed in the communication part of the meeting. Of course, as I said before, the participation to events organized by the different governance projects are of importance. Regarding thematic projects, here you have a list per mission that gives you the opportunity to see which are the other projects in your mission. Of course, we will share the presentation so you can come back to that. For your information, all websites from the call to are, of course, available, so you can see and access the websites of the project if you want to see in your mission what the other projects are doing. From the call for, almost all are also online. And of course, in a few months, we will have yours as well. And just for also having the whole picture here, you can see the lead partners and partners representativity in per region in the 5th calls. So it's interesting also to see that in all of we have partners in almost all of the regions of the program area, but also outside of the program area. So I will let now our governance project present themselves. Can we start with Sustainable Innovative Economy, please? We will let you share directly your slides if you prefer.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen. This one. Perfect. Can you see my screen?
No.
No, it's not moving either.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's moving?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
Okay, perfect. So good morning. We are in the Sustainable Economy Mission. First of all, congratulations on your successful projects. I am particularly Maria Calderó from Meta Technological Center in Catalonia, Spain, and we are the thematic community project lead partner. Due to short time today, you will only see my face, but this is the work of a lot of colleagues, and it's a joint effort. So as I was mentioning, you know that we are two governance projects per mission, and we are funded under 7 years from 2023 up to 2029. And Emilia-Romagna region is the institutional dialogue project lead partner. But we are two consortia comprising 18 partners, organizations from 8 Mediterranean countries. And we are also counting on 24 associated partners, including we group them as you, advisors, supporters, and end users. Also, based on what Sophie explained, the broader mission scope and due to your concrete work, it always helps us to cluster you. And after a thoughtful exercise, we group you into 4 focus areas. But this doesn't mean that you are not disconnected from the others, but you will see that we also work in different types of outputs. And despite all of you tackling water management aspects, due to the main aim of your applications forms, we have allocated you in different groups. For example, Adrian, you are within the agri-food systems, Waterville under industrial transition, and currently this is the bigger group. And ShareMed Water and EcoMed Iceland, you are within the resource valorization group. And you can also find, as also Sophie said, all this information in our project's webpage with the clusters, the project webpage, even posters, and the interactive map. And within the program results amplification strategy that has also been mentioned, we like to present our joint work plans as a circular roadmap with specific activities to ensure that your solutions are directly linked to national and international policy agendas and Mediterranean strategic action plans. And now, hoping to don't overwhelm you, I will briefly go over some activity examples within these steps and involving your work. So within the mapping resources, we want to highlight the peer review process. As done for past successful project calls, we will coordinate bilateral meetings with you earlier next year. This will be earlier next year, so don't worry. However, in the meantime, this is to inform you that the governance projects, also jointly with the Joint Secretariat, we make this quality check before publishing your key productions in the library, and we also use it to know more about your work and publish in the catalog of solutions. We are also considering the overall presentation potentially to be transferred and relevance to SDGs. Moving to engaging the community. No, it's not. Okay, now. We have to know that you have to know that we define the two governance projects as and the 23 thematics projects, the community of practice, with the aim to increase the project's impacts now that we are all active. Okay, so you can also discover more about who we are in the interactive map that I mentioned, and you have already been invited in theory to the 4th online community of practice gathering on the 29th of October and the upcoming training for you. So it's important that you know the approach, but you will be like little by little, you will be included in this dynamic, so don't worry. So we say that we connect, learn, share, and collaborate. Every 6 months we meet as a community of practice, and every 3 months in thematic working groups. And you will see that during the thematic working groups, we are working on the content of 4 white papers, and of course your so to have this will be our long-lasting outcome from these gatherings, and your contribution is also valuable. And then we, on top of the community of practice, we broaden the connect, learn, share, and collaborate approach to external stakeholders, and this we call the community hub. And being part of the community of practice, you already are part of the bigger community hub. But this, just so you know, this is our training coin for a real long-term cooperation, independently of the project's lifespan. We want to have this like after the project, and we will relaunch it very soon, so you will be aware of the provided services and engaged members. Regarding the capacity building activities, we want to highlight the mentoring and twinning program led by the thematic community project. We will further inform you about the process, but we will publish the methodology and pilot phase very soon. Just so you understand, we facilitate this peer-to-peer knowledge exchange with what we call the takers here in the right-hand side of the screen, with you thematic projects, and the solutions that we call the givers. Currently, we have 4 takers on board, and you can also meet them by hearing the interviews and following the mission. You may become givers at later stages of this process, so you will also be in the loop. And another key activity led by the Institutional Dialogue Project is the Transformative Innovation Policy Labs, as facilitated spaces in which multiple territorial actors meet to address what they call a collective place-based complex challenge with a systemic approach. We use a common methodology called the innovation camps, and you can also learn more about the methodology, but you have also been specifically invited in the upcoming innovation camps, and I will remember this later on, just so you are in the loop. And you're also playing in a competitive advantage, because despite just starting your project, you have already been informed by us to join our dedicated meeting to explain you a little bit more about the model platform and the thematic lines of the Interreg Euramet Academy. So if you haven't done so, please select one of the given date times, and Nicoletta, so UNICE partner, will explain you about that in more detail. And last but not least, the last step of the circular roadmap is the policy impact. And here we just want to share with you that we coordinate towards this liaising for advocacy plan, opening to maintaining channels with institutional Euramet actors to really fostering the uptake of your results. And we are currently developing policy-oriented knowledge, the ones that are prompted by us, the government projects, but also support the initiatives that are prompted by you, the thematic projects. And last but not least, there is a communication, and communication is a transversal activity, and we want to inform you as well that we created the communication network with project communication officers, so it not only rely on the lead partner, and they already carried out the first meeting. The information is shared in a Basecamp, and the second meeting will be scheduled later this year, and you will also be informed. So how to stay connected? We're always reachable through the mission email, Basecamp channel, social media. We publish every 6 months a newsletter, and it would be great if we inform each other from different events and meetings. You will have this slide to know more about the reference persons. And from now until December, we will be quite busy. We will be in Brussels in the European Week of Regions and Cities. And as we have been mentioning in the previous slides, you have already been invited in some of the events. I want to highlight this, the one that is in green, that is in Portugal. It's about the innovation camp. And you have been specifically invited because the topic is about water. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And you will also be invited to Ecomondo site event with the Blue Mission Med Ocean Lighthouse in Rimini. And yeah, feel free also to invite the rest of your consortia as well. And yeah, just take the opportunity to remember you if you can share with us the communication contacts and inform you about your kickoff meetings. And yeah, that's it. I stop sharing.
Thank you very much, Maria. So you have here some first information, of course, and you can contact the colleagues from the governance project if you have any question or want more information before meeting them. So let's go now to Natural Heritage Mission, please.
Yes, while Marilena prepares the sharing, I say just a few words. So for welcoming the new projects into the natural heritage community. I am Caterina Pratico, and I am the coordinator of the Community for Nature project, and my colleague Marilena from region of Crete will present you a very short presentation which is only giving you an idea of the mission. because for focusing more on the activities, we plan to have a meeting in the next weeks with lead partners and communication managers of projects falling under our mission. So thank you, Marilena.
Thank you, Katerina. I hope that everyone sees the shared screen. Welcome to our community. As Katerina said, we are going to just give you a first quick heads up in order not to overwhelm you with a lot of information. We are, as mentioned before from Sophie, we are natural a mission that is consisted from two governance projects, the Community for Nature and the Dialogue for Nature. So in total, we are a gathering of a consortium of 16 project partners. That we work together, and we have our community is growing every year with the inclusion of new thematic projects, and already we have more than 200 organizations being included and giving all this new material and ideas and feedback from all over the Mediterranean area. Our thematic projects focus in different areas and categories. We have 5 that are involved with risk management of climate change sympathies, 3 with reduction of anthropogenic pressures in coastal areas, 4 with protecting and restoring the marine environment, 2 with solution and tools for wetlands, 1 for soil carbon farming, and 2 with forest management. You are going to learn more about them as the time processes. So the Natural Heritage Mission has as a final goal to establish a Mediterranean resilient network. And to do so, the main activities that we have in the process that help us do that and help you include and advocate and highlight the results that you produce as thematic projects are transfer knowledge and solutions, community building and support, public engagement, policy practice empowerment, and sharing knowledge and solutions. We didn't want to give you a very in detail idea with explicitly analyzing all the aspects of the program. We just wanted to mention that we have, let's say, we have established 4 working groups that are in different topics that cover all the aspects of the thematic projects. In doing so, it was to be able to share a little bit, to be more easy to do some discussion, some webinars and events, but essentially we work as a whole community with all of the working groups at the end working together. So you would find out, as Katerina mentioned, you will find out more about the working groups later on, but in any case, the working groups are a tool to help us do the networking, the capacity building seminars, the work that we are going to do in the future. And to do so, we have established a process, an annual process that each year we do 2 working groups webinars online, one in May and one in October. And this is there is also 2 in-person events that we meet up, one in June and one in November. The final in November is the annual institutional dialogue, that is the end result of the year in a way. And through all this process, we reach a policy paper, a policy recommendations. Last year it was focused on marine and coastal restoration, and this year it's more focused on terrestrial restoration. In any case, you would find out more, of course, as the program and the months come by, but as a first idea, that is the basic structure that we have see that works best. Just a heads up that for the save the date, the second working group webinar is on the 29th of October. We also, as part of the communication, we also do online meetings with the thematic projects every 2 months. The next one is on 13th of November. And as I mentioned before, the annual institutional dialogue, that is the final in-person event of each year. For this year is 25 to 27 November in Barcelona. And we would have the next, let's say, the next in-person meeting in May of 2026 in Portugal. Of course, you will receive a lot more information as we progress. Just to give you an idea about how often we meet and what we include in our agendas. Of course, there is, as mentioned before, the part regarding the academy that we contribute, the communication campaigns that we are part of, and a lot of events that we reach out in order to advocate and show the results. We have already participated and made side events in major fora and events like UNOC, for example, in June. So we try to, with collaboration with you, the thematic project, to do as much as we can in order to achieve the best result and give you the best possible ideas and collaborations and that we can achieve. As mentioned before, please keep in mind that you need to invite us to your kickoff meeting in order to be able to know more about you. And we are going to schedule a more in-depth meeting early on October in order to, after this first approach, to be able to give you a more in detail example and description of our mission. So that's it from me. We are welcoming you to our community. We hope that we are going to hear from you soon.
Thank you very much, Mailena. Let's go directly to Green Living Area mission, please. Please try to keep the timing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sophie. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, but not in presentation mode yet.
I already doing. Okay, I think now it is, no?
Yes.
Perfect. So with this, I will congratulate to the partner, to the lead partner, and to the partners of project MET H2, which will be part of our mission of the Green Living Areas mission. So with this, I welcome you in the mission, and we will work together in the future next 4 years. I will skip this because already Sophie present what is the task of the governance project. On one side, community, on the other side, dialogue. But I will a little bit present our community. Green Living Areas mission. So with new strategic project, only one. We have 27 projects altogether, so 25 thematic, 24 thematic, and 1 strategical project. We are the largest. I think we are the largest mission at this moment. Here are some data. but we must renovate it, improve it with the data of the new project. But in community, we have more than 40 local authorities. We have more than 20 different regional authorities, which I personally like. That this shows that new project, thematic project, have really territorial approach. We are focusing on 5 main thematic topics. These are territorial planning, energy transition, sustainable mobility, citizens engagement, and financing of the green transition. We cover mostly all territorials, mostly projects are focusing on urban, on the cities, but we have projects which are focusing on rural, ports, mountains, coastal areas, islands, and also our new strategic project is focusing on islands. You see the map of the institutions. So the mostly partners are from, as always, from Italy, Spain, and Greece. And here is the map of the lead partners of this project, and here the most lead partners are coming from Slovenia and Italy. As I already told you, we have 5 thematics, and we also have 5 thematics working groups, which we work always together. At least we meet at least 2 to 3 times online, and once per year on a huge community gathering event. This year was in Barcelona. Next year will be already in the Greece, in the Patras, and it will be in April, May. But to that you will save the date. We will let you know in I think the latest in October. On the community level, we organize also territorial antennas. These are groups based on the national country level. Why? Because we found that exchange and update of partners between each other is easier in the local language, and we organize territorial antennas once per year. This year was in the from March till May. It was 9 territorial antennas organized together with the support of national contact points. And the next phase of the territorial antennas will come from January till March next year. And the new project partners and lead partners will be already invited on these events. We also have communication officer group. It's they meet 2 till 3 times online per year. The basis that communication officer exchange ideas, exchange best practice, learn from each other in this group, and it basically, as how we see it, it really gives added value, because especially because in some project communication officer can take something from others and improve the activities which they have. On the community level, we will also publish in the next 2 months ETO online platform and first ETO call. But more about this, we will let you know in the personal meeting with the new project lead partner and the partners. We also have a preview of deliverables. So with you, we will we have identification of the main deliverables. Then we will make a preview, which will be based of the catalog of solution of thematic community. And what is coming really already end of this month and the next month, it's training and capacity building. We organize trainings mostly on the community events in live, but we receive actually really huge positive feedback in our last community event in Barcelona, and we decided that we will organize trainings, 3 additional trainings online for all the partners, all the projects of all missions, and with promotion of these trainings we will start next week. So you will receive next week all information about this. And also institutional dialogue project will organize separately additional training which will be in October 16 on their event in the Brussels, which is in the framework of the second institutional policy dialogue event, also in the time of EU Weeks of Regions and Cities in Brussels. So our colleagues from institutional of dialogue, they have established Euclid Police Hub, which is a collaborative space to set up to implement exchange on police instruments referring to our mission to the green living areas. And this is the roadmap. As I already told you, 15 or 16 October this year is the second institutional police dialogue in the Brussels, also as in the frame of EU Weeks of Regions and Cities. The next year they will have online joint session of all thematic working groups. And then also in the 26th, they already will have the next live event, so the third institutional policy dialogue. But about all the dates, we will let you know per our communication with the lead partner and also other partners. So institutional policy dialogue projects is it's a service of the Police Hub, which exchange main task is exchange among stakeholders, key Mediterranean stakeholders. They provide access to information, allowing to also you to capitalize your police-oriented best practices. They also making lobbying and advocacy and also other activities which will be tailored to your needs, and they will also open the decided platform which will be launched in October 25. And as I already explained, this in October 15 and 16, they have second institutional policy dialogue, which main objective is exchange on police champions from thematic projects, and also other policy instruments through co-development sessions with the participation of the core group members of police dialogue. As a community, as the mission, we will send to new partner one short presentation, which you can use for any event of you. We will send you also the video of community, and we are now preparing the finalizing the booklet of the community, also with your information, which will be shared with you really soon. And as the communication channels, of course, Green Living Areas Missions, where all the projects are described, and it's the main platform of working together. And we also have a social medias focusing mostly on the LinkedIn, and we will share your news. We will work together with you. We will support you also with disseminating your events, results, and so on. We also can help. We also help thematic projects to participate on different European events like European Sustainable Energy Week this year and European Week of Regions and Cities. And we are now preparing also applications for the new Bauhaus Festival, where we will gather 4 thematic projects which will be jointly presented on the fair and also integrated in the forum. So again, we will reach you soon. We will explain you what we are doing, where we can meet each other, but basically we can provide you huge support with your work, with your transferability of your results, and hopefully in the next 4 years we will work together excellent. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Danilo. So those are all the activities and initiatives you can benefit from the Green Living Areas mission. And last but not least, let's go to the Sustainable Tourism Mission, please.
Yes, hello, Sophie. Hello, everybody. Let me share the presentation as well. Well, also from our side, congratulations to all the strategic territorial projects that have been that have been given this opportunity to develop their work plans through more years than the other projects. So we will be collaborating for a long time. Well, in our case, I'm starting the presentation. I'm Georgina. I represent the tourism department of the Barcelona Provincial Council, and we are the leaders of the thematic community project of the Sustainable Tourism Mission. I will share this presentation with Julia from El Legado Andalusí, who are the lead partners of Dialogue for Tourism. So when we'll go through the different activities of the mission, we'll be exchanging our voices. Okay, so let's start. I hope you see the presentation well. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, as governance projects of the Sustainable Tourism Mission, and as the other representatives of the other missions have explained, these are our main objectives. No, what we're trying to do to go from the work that the thematic projects are doing and the solutions and results that they're developing until reaching this decision and policymakers. There are several steps in between, and we try to categorize all our activities in these 4 areas or 4 axes: capacity building, community building, knowledge sharing and amplification, and political engagement and integration. As you know, each one, Community for Tourism and Dialogue for Tourism, have specific objectives within these axes, and in our case, we give more importance to the community building itself, or working with all the knowledge that's generated within the community, while Dialogue for Tourism works more at this institutional level. So the next slides. Okay, here we'll share first the main activities. Before going into this, I wanted to recall also in the case of the Sustainable Tourism Mission, we are covering the 4 specific objectives of the program, as tourism is considered a transversal topic within the program. This means that our mission contributes to all the 4 objectives, and this helps us a lot in organizing all the work and activities, and also organizing all the projects that we have within the community, as the other missions are also trying to cluster these projects. We also cluster them in the 4 objectives. We'll see it in our case at the end of the presentation, how the thematic projects are grouped in these different categories. Also, before starting, we don't have a slide for this, but we will organize our annual community meeting in 2 weeks in Tirana on the 1st and 2nd of October. We are already in touch of the strategic territorial projects of our mission, which are Loop Zone and Waterize. I think that they are joining this meeting, and we'll go very quickly through our activities in this presentation, but in 2 weeks you will have the occasion to deepen into what we are doing, to get to know the other thematic projects or the community. We have already 90 participants registered in this meeting, representatives from all projects. The D40 and C40 partnerships will be there, and we will have also with us other external stakeholders and associated partners that support our activities with the aim of providing knowledge, help us with the transferring and testing results, and disseminating all the results. So going quickly to the activities. Well, these are some examples. In case of Join the Met is our main dissemination platform. It's a knowledge hub in which we embed all the results of the community. Then on the NSTOs, I don't know if Julia, if you're available.
Yes, please.
Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Georgina. Well, as Georgina has already presented me, we are the lead partner of Dialogue for Tourism, Legado Andalucía Andalusian Public Foundation from the Regional Ministry of Culture and Sport of Andalusia, Spain. So yes, our main role in as institutional dialogue project is fostering an active dialogue on tourism with policymakers, local and regional national authorities, as well as other programs, initiatives, and strategies. In this framework of capitalization, we are engaging the tools and results developed by all the thematic, and welcome everyone to the Interreg Euromed Sustainable Mission, and congratulations for your project selected. And I was telling we would like to work with all of you in this task of transferring your results. Other programs, initiatives, and strategies across the Euromed area and beyond. So going back to the tools, because we do not have much time today, as Georgina was remarking, we are going to have this meeting of the mission in Varna, and we are going to have later in 8th November, in Tirana is the meeting of the missions, and in November is our joint annual forum of the mission, where we are going to have another activity. So going back to the network of sustainable tourism observatories, this is a hub that brings together actors, policymakers, and institutions in the Med region, sharing data on sustainable tourism on specific tools, along with best practices, encouraging the transfer and reuse of knowledge. Our last event was in Brussels in May, where all the thematic projects, many of them of the mission, took center stage, showcasing innovative approaches. Here we are going to publish a manual of good practices in coordination with the Med Cluster of Innovation. Thank you, Georgina.
Thank you, Julia. Well, next activity, I'll go very quickly. As I was saying, we cluster all the thematic projects, and in our case, we have clustered the projects within following the structure of the specific objectives of the program. This is an activity, a very transversal activity in our project, and it's our main community building activity. And each project is allocated within one of these cluster. The annual meeting of the cluster will happen in the annual meeting of the community. So the projects will have the opportunity to work and find synergies with other projects of its same cluster. And within this activity, I'll talk about it later, but we try to embed other activities, as Julia was mentioning, from D4T and other activities of the mission. These are just a couple of examples on what do we do related to the knowledge. We have developed these two guides. One is a blueprint on how destinations can develop their own tourism climate action plans, and the other one is how the integrated coastal zone management processes can support the sustainable tourism in the Mediterranean. From these two documents, we have organized different workshops, and one of them will happen as well in the annual community meeting in 2 weeks, which will be the workshop of this practices handbook. The next activity is from D4T, Julia.
Yes, we would like to present as well the Sustainable Tourism Policy Labs that wants to contribute to the enhancement of policies relevant to this field in the Mediterranean region. In particular, we already have developed the first testing session in Athens in the frame of our flag event, which is Circle the Med in Athens every year, where you all are invited. This year is going to be in May. And the second session of this Sustainable Tourism Policy Labs, it's going to take place in Varna, in Bulgaria, that I was mentioning before, which is the joint annual forum organized by the Dialogue for Tourism and Community for Tourism every year. And just to finish with the Sustainable Tourism Policy Lab, we are going to deliver a manual handbook for the implementation of Sustainable Tourism Policy Labs addressed to the policymakers in the different territories in the Met and beyond. Thank you, Georgina.
Okay, yeah, and to finalize related to this political engagement axis, one of our main activities as well, we have the midterm and the final event of the mission, which are the Met Sustainable Tourism Conventions. And this event brings mainly together policymakers, stakeholders, and the project representatives. It will be one of the main milestones of our mission. And the first one, the midterm event, will happen on next year in June in Barcelona. We will give more information about this in our next annual meeting in Tirana. So this is one of it. And the last activity we wanted to talk about were the policy recommendations. Julia?
Yes, going to, let's say, concrete tools for policy engagement, mainstreaming and transferring that we are offering to our new strategic territorial projects. We have the policy recommendation from the working group of the Cross-Network Alliance. These first policy recommendations are the summary of two big events that we have had engaging the policy makers, including the contents from our mission, from our project. These two events were one organized by our partner Region Sud in Marseille on April 24, and the other one organized by our partner at the Institute of Agriculture and Tourism of Porridge, Croatia, in October 24. So this policy recommendation also are serving as a background paper for the Mediterranean multi-program mechanism. This is another scenario in which we are transferring the results of the thematic projects. And just to mention, the event organized by the Interreg program, by the ES, in coordination with another programs and Interreg programs, mainly in Croatia, in Split last June, where we were in charge, Community for Tourism and Dialogue for Tourism, of two very interesting round tables in which we had the opportunity to transfer, to speak and discuss with another Interreg programs. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if you want to say a few words about the white paper.
Yes, just two words. This is another tool that we would like to show you today, that we have among the two governance project. This was, we have a series of white papers, and the first one was focused on tourism and climate adaptation. And we are planning now in the meeting in Tirana that Georgina was remarking, in the different Met clusters to introduce the contents of the following white papers, in order to get your feedback, in order to know which your tools, your medium term, your results, medium term, not you for now, but your challenges, and in order to include them then in the next white papers that we have foreseen to co-create them. Okay. So this one was an extensive research with case studies for addressing these challenges, and we have some case studies from the thematic projects, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. And while finalizing, Sophia, I promise just some information, practical information of the projects that we have within the community. These are the 10 first projects that were approved in the first call of thematic projects. We had 10. After the second call, 10 more projects integrated into the community, and now we have 2 more. This is the final. Here you have some, well, I guess that you will publish this presentation, but this is the final photo of how the community is organized within each cluster. We have the distribution of the different projects, and in this case, Loop Zone and Waterize. Loop Zone will be embedded within the Circular Economy Med cluster, and Waterize within the Climate Change Adaptation Med cluster. Everything happens within the clusters. No, in our mission, we organize regular meetings. This is where we evaluate the results of the projects, engaging other external stakeholders. We talk about the replicability of the results. We try to transfer these results to other stakeholders, and we will also work with the preparation of specific thematic papers, and also embed the different activities of D4T, as Julia was mentioning. So besides the clusters, you can expect from us as community project that we organize as well also bilateral meetings with you to follow up the implementation of your project. We expect that you also involve us in your steering committee meetings, as the Joint Secretariat was remarking before, and we'll also support you with, of course, the dissemination of your results and identify events, forums in which you can be present and support the communication of your projects. So that's from our side. More information in the annual meeting in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Just to
Thank
add,
you to both of you.
if I may, it's just one thing that I wanted to highlight today, which is the massive online course in coordination with our partner Region Sud on transferring and capitalizing, that it is going to be very interesting in the frame of the Intergovernment Academy. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, do we have questions? We are running a little bit out of time, but if you have some specific questions, some general questions, if you have specific questions to address to your the governance project, you can contact them directly. But on the general time frame, please ask. Otherwise, and meanwhile, we will continue with the session on implementing my project with our project officer, Pascal. Please.
Yes. Hello again. Good morning, everybody. So I am Pascal, one of the project officer of the Euromed program. And I will talk about a bit about what happens when your project is selected by the program. So here is, you see in a nutshell how it works. You are all aware of the pre-contracting check grid that you are working on with your project officers. Once everything is set, you move to the consolidation of the application form. You can upload the new documents. And also, then once this is done, you move to the signature of contractual documents. Sorry, someone has this microphone on. Okay, thank you. Once the contractual documents are signed, then the preparation costs are paid. I will go more into details. Okay, the project management team, Sophie already told you about the whole ecosystem of the program with the national authorities, national contact points, us as JS and the managing authority. But these are here the key profiles of the project management. Of course, the lead partner who is coordinating and having a monitoring of the financial aspect of the project, the partners that contribute to the activities and also report their activities. But you also have some other profiles to enter in GEMS, which are, as you can see here, the communication officer, coordinator for result amplification, for carbon footprint, and also data controller and data protection officer. About the duties for the lead partner, well, you have several things to do. The first one is to set up the steering committee of the project, also to ensure some financial management. You also have to respect the EU principles during the project implementation. You also have to set up an anti-fraud system, of course, respect the deadlines, and yes, talk as soon as possible when you have any question or doubt with the JS, and for us to tell you what are the procedures to set what is needed by the regulations. Here is what the LP must not miss, but the key word would be to have a great communication with us and with your partners also, because if one of you have any problem, then maybe we can help or see with the national authorities. So I won't read the slide, but the thing is that don't hesitate to contact us. We are here to help you and to explain how it works if you are not aware of the program rules. Now, on the side of the project partners, same thing, sound financial management, respect the EU principles. Do you have here also highlighted the importance to hold a separate accounting system, but it will be explained later on. The importance of the audit trail, because you will have to justify your expenditures and what you asked for reimbursement. So this is important to keep really clear and in order. Respect the deadline as well, and being responsive, because working in a corporation, you are part of huge partnerships, and it takes time. And so in order to not jeopardize all partners, try to be as responsive as possible. Now, the documents that you can rely on, well, you know most of them, the application form where you submitted your application, your project idea, the subsidy contract that will be signed, and the partnership agreement. Or each reporting period, you have your payment claims to fill in, and the project report as well. And another one, which is important to set up quickly, is the rule of procedures. Of course, all the production you will have as material and key productions. And once again, the audit trail is really important. If you have any doubts, we are here as project officer to answer your questions, but you have a lot of information in the documents listed here, the most important one being the program manual. About the tools, quickly, you have the GEMS tool, which is where you will report all your activities or your expenditures. You can find support on and guidelines on our website. You have Basecamp that you must know, maybe not all of you, but this is a working space where you can put all your documents, exchange about the activities you are doing, and we will, as project officer, we will ask you to enter several documents there. You also have the website of the program to help you find any information, and also another website is the carbon footprint calculator, where you will have to enter data to calculate your carbon footprint, which is requested by the program. So as I was saying, yes, cooperation is a mindset. So you're working with other partners. Don't hesitate to communicate and to let us know if you face any difficulty. Now, once your project has been selected, there are several phases for the pre-contracting phase. Fulfillment of conditions. I know all projects that had conditions already fulfilled them, so this is closed. Thank you for all of you for this. Most of you are still, I mean, yes, almost most of you are on the consolidation of the application form. We insist here for you to be once again as responsive as possible, because it takes some time. So we know your project has been selected by the end of June, and we are expecting some answers to clean up the application form in order to move to the signature of the contractual documents. So if it takes some time, we are allowed, and the member states can also decide to deprogram the project. So you have to go quickly and answer all information requested on, for instance, key deliverables, indicators, budget, and so on. And after this, you have also to provide documentation either updated or missing that we saw that were missing. This is part of the audit trail. So this is really important to have everything clear in order to have reimbursement done. Now, talking about the documents that you must upload here in the application annexes, once your application form is validated, you will have the opportunity to upload the updated declarations, either partner declarations, associated partner declaration, de minimis, and any documentation related to the investment. In the other part of the GEMS, or in the contracting section, this is where you will enter each bank account file and each bank details of each partner. Each partner will have to do it by itself, but this is where you have to do it. Julia will explain more into details what we expect here, but the main idea is if we don't have your bank details, we cannot pay you. So it is as simple as that. Another thing important here also in GEMS is to grant privileges. The first extract you see, application form user project manager, it is mainly the lead partner that will manage the whole project, sorry. And then each partner has project privileges where you enter your the person who will work on the project in GEMS will enter its own contact details. And also here we ask to enter, because this GEMS is done like this, we ask to enter in every partner section the details of the lead partners with only a view mode, because the lead partner has to check that everything is done correctly. So the lead partner must be entered here. If you have any question, all your project officers are here also to answer, but we will have a question and answer session at the end of this part. Okay, once the pre-contracting phase, the application form is cleared, all documents are uploaded in GEMS, then we move to the signature of the contractual documents. We hope this will happen quickly. We know it can take sometimes, so let's try to move as quick as possible. The partnership agreement first has to be signed between the lead partner and the project partners. There is one per page per partner. You can sign it the way you want, and then once this is done, you upload it in GEMS. Once this is done, the ZD contract will be signed between the managing authority, the program, and the lead partner. We have a quick way to do it if you are allowed to do it in an electronic way. We will take care of it. We will exchange with the lead partner with you to tell you how it works, but it can be done really quickly. This will also be uploaded in GEMS. And once everything is done, then you will get the payment of the preparation cost. There is nothing to do, it is automatic, so don't worry. I mean, we need your bank details once again here, but then it is automatic, so nothing else to do. The other important point for you to start quickly is the selection of your controller. In both cases, depending on the country you're coming from, there is a centralized systems or decentralized systems. In both cases, you have to contact your national authority to know what is the process to follow to get the selection of the controller. We know by experience that this can take some time, so really start as soon as possible for this. Contact your national authority and they will tell you how it works. Another point is the setup of the project steering committee that has to be done within the 3 months after the beginning of the project. So that would lead the end of October. No, sorry. The project, the official date is the 1st of September, sorry. So September, November, October, November, the end of November. By the end of November, you have to have your first project steering committee. It's a way for us to know that you already started the activities, and we ask you to upload the minutes in Basecamp. And well, I went quickly. If you have any questions, don't hesitate.
So do we have questions about this phase? Pre-contracting, contracting, startup activities? You understood that the most important is now really to finalize the pre-contracting phase as quicker as possible. We have Alessandro, please. You can take
Hello,
the floor.
good morning. This is Alessandro from MetWaves. We've been recently awarded a project under the Sustainable Tourism Mission, the Loop Zone. I wanted to check with you because we are still in the negotiation phase. The contracting, let's say, starting date, 1st of September, for most of those organizations working within the public sector, is it a constraint because it has on its own, let's say, very let's say complicated kickoff in terms of administrative procedures. Is that negotiable somehow?
The starting date of the project? Is it your question? Yeah, no, sorry, but your expenditures are eligible from the date your project has been approved by the program monitoring committee, which is the 24th of June. And the official starting date is 1st of September. There's no way to change it, sorry. That is why we insist on trying to...
Because we are normally used, let's say, to sign contract that start the works on the ground on the day the contract is normally signed. This is why
No,
I'm
it's not
asking.
working like that in Interreg. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So the 45 months of the project are running from the 1st of September, and that's why we urge the partnership to finalize the pre-contracting as soon as possible. Everything is in the hands of the partners and the lead partners, since we have sent the pre-contracting grid early in July. And for the majority of the project, we have not received yet complete answers to the pre-contracting grids. So this is really important, and we know that it's for many public authorities, mostly it's really a problem if we don't have the contract signed in order to start engaging expenditure, to start signing contracts with staff and external expertise, or launch calls, etc., public tenders. We know that, and that's why we are stressing the lead partners and partners to finalize. So please come back to your project, try to answer to all the questions and to complete all the answers to the pre-contracting grid correctly, because sometimes we receive partial answers only, so we cannot finalize it. And then we need also to go quickly. Once with your project officer, you have finalized the pre-contracting grid, agreed on everything, the lead partner will have access to the application form in GEMS to make the modifications, and then to issue the partnership agreement, which again can take also some time, even if we can now really move quickly with electronic signatures, for example. And we need the partnership agreement signed by all parties before launching the subsidy contract. But in our case, the subsidy contract with electronic signature is, we sign it very, very quickly. So it can be done in 2 days or 3. But all the steps before have to be finalized.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So we don't have any other question.
Sorry, yes.
Yes, please.
I'm Elisa from ShareMed. We are planning to organize a first kickoff meeting online next week. And then we were planning to do a kickoff meeting in presence as planned by the end of November. But because of some public holidays of some partners, etc., might be happen on the first or second week of December. So we planned to do another kickoff meeting by the end of November, but online, and then an in-presence meeting by maximum middle of December. Hopefully, this is so when you say that by the end of November we needed to upload on Basecamp the kickoff meeting, the justification
It's
of
the first steering committee
evidence.
meeting.
Yes, don't
It's
worry.
Yeah.
Sorry. The
Okay.
meeting you will have next week, it works. It's
Okay,
it's a
perfect.
meeting of the partners. So
Yes.
don't worry, you
Okay,
are on time.
Only, please,
Thank
only
you.
remember, for the online meeting, there is no problem. Only remember to mention the online meetings as a valid procedure within your steering committee rules of procedure. In order to get it as officially valid for your partnership, for the full partnership, to make it recognized as a valid meeting. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a question from Christina. I cannot understand what you mean from both meetings are for LPs or for partners too. When we are speaking about steering committee meetings of projects, is for the whole partnership.
The idea is that all partners start their work together.
Exactly.
So you have to discuss about the activities and the whole project.
And in the first meeting, what is the most important is to agree on the rules of procedures of the steering committee, how decisions will be taken, who are the representatives of the steering committee of the project, etc., etc. So for all that, you have a minimum requirements, content requirements in our program manual. You can follow this as, let's say, a template you can use. Okay.
Sorry, Sophie, I am not sure if this is a question from Athos.
I think we answered that, yes.
Okay, I saw it after.
The 1st September is the official date, yes, of the project start, even if we haven't yet signed the contract. Yes. So it's already 11 o'clock. We had planned a comfort break at 11 after the reporting phase, the reporting presentation. But let's have now 10 minutes comfort break, and then we will continue with the reporting process and the finance. Thank you. So we come back at 11, 10 to 11, 10 past 11. Thank you. Let's start again, and let's go now to the introduction to the reporting process with our project officer, Judith. Judith, please.
Hello. Hi, everyone. So I'm Judith Casas. I'm a project officer at the Interreg Euromed Joint Secretariat, and I'm very pleased to be here today. So shall I share the...
Yes, please.
Okay. One second. Just let me know when it's fine.
We can see it, but not in presentation mode yet. Judith, you're frozen for me. I don't know if it's for everybody.
Yeah, same for us.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Okay. So let's wait a few minutes.
Let's jump to the
Judith, can you hear us? Sorry for that.
She's
Okay.
back.
Okay, she's back.
We don't hear you.
We don't
You're
hear you.
volume.
You're muted. Okay.
Should be fine now.
Yes.
Sorry, so I've been disconnected. Let's try again. Share PowerPoint. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So let's start.
But it's not in presentation mode.
And
Okay. I
We
think
lost
that's the
her again.
problem. So maybe we can share for you and you speak.
Ouais, faire ça.
Okay, let's do that then.
Julia will share the presentation while waiting for Judith to come back.
Yes.
I'm back. I'm sorry, but anytime I got in
Yeah.
Diaporama and I take
The
control,
colleagues will share the presentation.
okay, and I try to take
you will
control.
speak. It will be better.
Sorry about that.
C'est bon, tu es en noir et elle a figé. C'est vrai? Attends, j'arrive.
We have an update of the software in Julia's computer.
Very slowly.
Attends, j'y suis.
Ok.
If
I will
needed, yes,
share.
just tell me and I will do it.
Okay, here. Okay, and où ça? Là. Okay.
Okay, you have the presentation, yes, now. Perfect.
But I'm not sure Judith can take the control.
I'm gonna try. The button is there.
Yeah, it was not working this morning, so.
I think someone has to agree on your side for me
Yes.
taking control. So I'm asking now.
Pascal, you should
Yeah.
accept.
I did.
Okay. No.
Bah, sinon, passe.
Okay, so I will do it for you.
Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the monitoring and the reporting procedure. Anything about eligibility of expenses in the reporting will be discussed afterwards by my colleague Julia. So basically, first, we would like to remind you about the platforms and tools that are in the Interreg Euromed environment for your work and on the daily basis. So the first one is the one you already know. It's GEMS. That's where you submitted your application form. That's where you're now working on the pre-contracting phase. And that's on this platform that you will also make your report, partner report, project report. And so that's also there that the controllers will make their certification for your expenses. Another platform is Basecamp. So we've been presenting it a little. So that's more of a daily monitoring platform tool. So where you can put documents, deliverables, and some important document for your project, like the steering committee rules we discussed before. Then you have the project website. So I remind you that the project website is provided by the program. So no need for you to spend money on this. And that's where you will make all the communication about your project. This will be presented more in detail by our communication team later on. And then you've got on the program website some important documents, guidance documents, standards, especially the program manual, some online forms that will be presented afterwards that you need to fill to make some specific requests. The program manual is there, always updated. So really always check the program website and in the part documents implementing my project cost reporting and for the reports. We can move on to the next slide to present the reporting. So basically, how does it work on the timeline? So this presentation, first of all, little warning, it's an example on a project study or transfer, as we call them, that which duration is 27 months. Your project, strategic territorial project, are 45 months. So just the same, but for 45 months duration. So the project is divided in periods. Each period lasts for 6 months. And then you have an extra three months to report the expenditure that happened in the duration of these 6 months. So that's what you see. Month 6 is the end of the period. And on month 9, the lead partner is supposed to present the project reports. Project report, including all the partners' reports certified by the controllers. And this on and on until the end of the project. Specificity about the final period, it lasts for 9 months. This is because we wanted to provide some extra flexibility to the project to include these 3 months of reporting in the duration of the project. So what you have in mind is that the end date is the final date of expenditure eligibility, but also the final date for submitting a full report. So usually you finish all your activity 3 months before the ending date of the project. Okay, thank you. That's the project, an example of the project reporting schedule. You can all find in your GEMS of the project. So you have the starting date, as you can see, and as we said, for all of you, it's the 1st of September. And the end date for all of you is also the 31st of May 2029. So what you can see here is the period covered for the duration of the period covered. When is expected the project report? So for instance, the first period stands from the 1st of September, start of the project, until the 28th of February 2026, which means project report is due by the end of May, 31st of May 2026. Have it in mind because you will have to do some retro planning between the partners to make sure the lead partners can gather all the partner reports and that the partner report can be certified by the national controller. So you've got each period. So period are always from 1st of September to the 28th of February the next year. And the period afterward is from the 1st of March until the 31st of August and reported on the 30th of November. Okay. So have this date in mind so you can really organize yourself as a partnership to make sure the report are submitted on time. Another important point is that all the reports are not exactly the same. Some are what we call partial report and some are full reports. Partial report is basically about finance. And the full report is the report when you also provide a more in-depth narrative of what's going on in the project and the activity, and is also the moment when you officially submit the deliverables. We can move on to the next slide. So what's going on in this 3 months period between the end of the reporting period and the time when the lead partner submit the project report. So each partner, including the lead partner, submits individually its expenditure in a partner report. This is done in GEMS, and then the national controller will check all the expenditure, the respect of the eligibility rules, including the national eligibility rules, and will in the end certify the expenditure. At that point, I would like to stress that it's important that you get in touch with your national authority as soon as possible to see what's the process of appointing a national controller, because it depends on national specificity. For some, it's made by the national authority. For some, you have to hire an external expert, and then they have to also be assigned in GEMS. So that's a bit of a process, and it's important you do it as soon as possible, so that when you will submit some expenditure and a report, you will have someone to check them. Because if there's no one to control your expenditures, there's no partner certificate, and if there's no partner certificate, you're not going to get reimbursed at all. So get in touch as soon as possible with your national authority. And also have in mind that the national controller, it will control you, but it can also advise you on what's the eligibility rules and on how to do things by the rules, so you make sure that your expenditure are eligible. So once all the partners have done that, the Spanish partner have a little extra step. It's only for the Spanish partners that the national authority is making a double check on the national controller certificate. So have this also in mind in your retro planning before the project report must be submitted, because all this step takes time. Once all the partners got their report certified, the lead partner gather all the certificates and submits a project report with what we call payment claim that include all the certificates of all the partners. There's a deadline that we saw in GEMS, so either in November or in August, and he submit this report. The next step is for us, Joint Secretariat, to check on this project report and eventually ask some question to the lead partner and the partners to make sure everything is done by the rule. And once your project report is certified, we send the payment order to the accounting authority, because we, as a joint secretariat, are not the one who pay you. It's actually what we call the accounting authority that is based in Spain, in Madrid, that will eventually pay you afterwards. We can move on to thank you. So that's a little sum up of the who does what in each step, so you can have it in mind. Just a little extra information. Some of the The governance project, I've mentioned it already, but the deliverables, the key deliverables and outputs you will produce could eventually end up on the program library for greater visibility of your production. To get to the program library, there's a peer review to be done by the governance project, and this can be done in the project lifetime in a process that is to be confirmed with each governance project of your specific mission. So see with them so you can also get this extra visibility. Otherwise, as far as we're concerned as the Joint Secretariat, it's really during this full report, we mentioned that you have to submit your key deliverables in GEMS. We can move on to the next slide. So, partial and full reporting. So as we said, each partner that wants to claim cost must submit in GEMS at least one partner report and the certificates that goes with it from the national controller, and for Spanish partner, as mentioned, the national validation. And the lead partner gather the whole thing in a reporting package that include project reports, payment claim, potentially a report on ineligibility expenditure if the lead partner see that some expenditure claimed by the partners should not, and all the documents related to the certification. If the partial, okay, thank you. No, that's fine. It's the next one is great. So the difference with the partial and full reporting is actually that partial is really more focusing on the financial expenditure. There's some things to discuss about the project report activities and how it's going on, but not in details. It's really a sum up of what you're doing, and the focus is really financial. As mentioned, the full reporting, so the one that will arrive in second, then fourth, and sixth, is the one when you will report really in detail about the work plan progress, the activities, the output, the results, and the progress on the horizontal principles, which will include, of course, as well, all the financial claim. We can go to the responsibility of the project partner and lead partner afterwards in the reporting process. Not too much in detail, but of course you have to comply with the subsidy contract, the partnership agreement, and the application form, which means also that the application form must be up to date. So if there are modifications in your project work plan, because you may adapt your activities because of what's ongoing, make sure the application form is up to date, because the report must be in line with what is said in the application form. As I mentioned, national controller must be designated as soon as possible. Get in touch with your national authority. Yeah, for the rest, we've already mentioned it. The lead partner role, so it's quite important. There's a real responsibility for the lead partner. As any other partner, the lead partner submits its own reports, but is also in charge of making sure that this project report really include all the necessary documents from the partner, certified partner reports, national validation from Spain if necessary. Is also supposed to make sure that there's no ineligible expenditure claimed by the partners, and that everything is done by the rule. So it's quite a responsibility for the lead partner. So I would advise the lead partner to ask for all their partner, not to submit their certified reports the day before the deadline of the project report, but like a week before. So you have some time to check what the partner reports include and got certified. So that's it for really the GEMS part. We mentioned Basecamp. We have some standard folders to be included on Basecamp, which supports your communication as a partnership, but also with the GS to prove your project is ongoing and you're respecting the program requirements. That include, for instance, some project management, where you can put all the dedicated documents from posters, logos, that us that we put some things here, GS authorization you got if necessary. That's also where you can put all the carbon footprints, because as you know, you are supposed to submit a carbon footprint report for each period, each reporting period. And finally, a key production folder, which is optional, but can be nice to provide your production, your deliverables on when they are produced, not waiting for the full report in order to get maybe some pre-validation by the GS. If we move on, so if we look more in detail into the project management folder, so as I told you, that's where, for instance, all the documents provided by the communication officer can be put, like the logos, but that's also where you can put posters, promotional items. We're expecting a GS authorization folder where you will upload all the necessary documents proving the approval by the GS, when it is required. So that's mainly for goodies, if you want to produce some, or if you want to travel outside Europe in the purpose of the project. And finally, one about the steering committee, so where you will upload your steering committee rules once you will have your first steering committee before the end of November, and where you can put also all the minutes and share it with your partnership and with your project officer. So as I said, there are some specific authorization that you must request to the GS for some specific activity. First, that could be amending your project. As I told you, it's important your application form is up to date, because your report is must be in line with your application form and the activities and expenditure that are forecasted in it. So should there be a change, you can contact your project officer and then submit a request online through the specific dedicated form that you can find here in Documents and Tool, Reference Document, and then amending my project. Have in mind you must be logged in to access this form, and all the necessary documents are uploaded in Basecamp. You can, okay. That's just for the second form. So there was the one for the modification of the application form. The other one is also, as I told you, not a modification of the application form, but more to have the validation of the goodies you want to produce, maybe, because we're trying to be more focused on useful goodies, and also, for instance, traveling outside the EU for the program project activities. So check that. Any doubt, you can also ask your project officer. We can move on to the next slide. So communication activity and carbon footprint, as mentioned, but that will be on the communication activities presented more in depth later on. But there's once a year an online form to be completed to see where you're going, are you reaching your communication activity. And as I said, carbon footprint, we've got an online tool which for all projects will be provided login password to access, and we ask you to use to provide one report for each reporting period, and during the full reporting, a specific analysis on the evolution of the project emission. That's really about the project as a project management. It's not about the specific activities on water management or waste management you're carrying. Okay. Still on Basecamp, and last, but it's been presented by the governance project. Each of you belong to a mission and access a Basecamp mission. You will be integrated, and that's really, I think, of interest and important. You check regularly what's going on, because that's where you can get some messages by the governance project. You saw they're organizing plenty of things, trainings, workshop, events. So that's in the message board. You will have the information or through the schedule, and also as a project and all other projects from the mission. You saw there are plenty of other projects, can also put information, and you can also put information on the event you're organizing and the deliverables, for instance, you're providing. That's a good tool to reach a deeper, interested audience for your project as well. That's it from my part. Is there any question at that stage?
Thank you, Judith. I don't see any question on the chat. Do we have any question? You can raise directly your hand. Everything was so clear about reporting that you don't need any
or not at all.
Any clarification, or not at all, so you don't have questions. Okay. In any case, we will come back to the reporting with dedicated seminars also when you will be close to the reporting phase with more details. So this is for you to have the general idea of what is expected, and details will come. Also, we have guides, we have already registered detailed seminars you can see on our website, etc. So if we don't have questions, let's go to the finance part of this. We have already done the coffee break, so on the focus on finance with our financial officer, Julia. Please, Julia.
So thank you, Sophie. Good morning to everyone. I'm Julia, Financial Officer at the Joint Secretariat, and I'm glad to lead you hopefully with interesting financial insight, especially on financial flow, national control system, and all the key aspects of declaration. Can you switch off the microphone, please? And depending on the time, we will see together the declaration of expenditure and eligibility of cost. So let's start with this diagram overview. We have all the main actors of the financial flow overview highlighted in yellow. Everything starts with the partner that submit the partner report, and the national controller certify the expenditure and generate a control report and certificate. At the end of this stage, keep in mind this is for the Spanish partners, that the national control system in Spain has 2 levels of validation. After that, the lead partner is able to gather all the document, all the partner report and submit the payment claim, the reporting package, and the Joint Secretariat, and which is responsible sorry, to assess the reporting package and to prepare the managing authority payment order, which will be validated and forward to the accounting authorities, which is the key player in this payment workflow, as it is in charge to receive the Interreg funds from the European Commission on behalf of the program and pay directly the partners. In this next slide, you can see that the program has, there are two types of national control system in Interreg Euromed program. So depending by the participant state, we have the centralized system that counts 8 countries: Albania, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Greece, Montenegro, Republic of North Macedonia, and Slovenia. This is a system for which the control is carried out at the national level through a public administration or an audit firm acting under the responsibility of the participant state. And in this case, the beneficiaries must be submitted their expenditure to this body for the verification. In the other hand, we have the decentralized system that counts 6 countries: Cyprus, France, Italy, Malta, Portugal, and Spain, which has double validation. So, and we count as well another, for this call, another one more country, which is the Brussels Capital Region, which has the decentralized system as well. And for this system, the control is carried out by a controller proposed by the partner project. And approved by the body designated at the national level. So for both systems, I suggest you to keep in contact with your national contact point. We provide you all the information, because for both, there are 2 procedures that we are going to see in the next slide and are here. So in the centralized system, you generally have a public controller and independent controller. Here, the designated controller and a possible reviewer or certificate signatory create an account in GEMS. The national authority notified to the Joint Secretariat the complete list of the controller and the reviewer by email. The GS is in charge to activate the controller profile on GEMS, because all the control work is tracked on GEMS. And the national authority is in charge of controller assign the controller's profile to the relevant project partner on GEMS. In the decentralized system, it's the partner that has to propose or a controller to be approved and appointed by the national authority, or is the member states that provide a short list. In any case, the partner applied to the national authority for the national controller designation. The national authority validates the national controllers. The national authority validates the national controller by filling an online form on the program website, and with any possible reviewer that have to create an account on GEMS. And upon receipt of the form by by the national authority to the GS activate the national controller profile on GEMS. There are two main articles that define the framework of the national controller if you want to know more. And the first one is the 74 of the Common Provision Regulation. That state that each controller must be assigned individually to all project partners for which they have been proposed and designated by the national authority and the GS. So I suggest that to not waste time to do that really beginning of the project because it's very important. The second article, it's the 46.3 of the ATC and maintain recommend to maintain the same controller throughout the all implementation of the project because it's really strongly I recommend it. Some key competence of the national controller, you have to be independent, qualified, and a good knowledge of the official language of the program, so English and French. Here we have the two types of control to methodology that are commonly used by the controller to implement the control work. So the first one, it's the administrative verification or depth-based verification, is the most frequent method of implementing control. Is implemented by the national controller from its headquarters and is based on document and materials provided by the project partner whose expenditure is being controlled. The second one is on-the-spot verification. It allows to check the existence and the delivery of goods and service as well as the accuracy of the management system put in place in each partner structure and the existence of accounting document forming the audit trail. This methodology is mandatory in case of investment, in case of your project involve investment. So there is a specific section of the checklist dedicated in the for the hotspots verification. That's it. Here there is a recap of the duty and the role of the national controller. So what is his job? Check the compliance with the program and national eligibility rules, verify and validate partner expenditure included in the partner report, detect and report fraud and irregularity, complete the checklist and generate the control report and certificate, always in GEMS. As I say, the control work is tracked in GEMS. Should have a good knowledge of controlling project expenditure under the structural funds regulation. Be aware about the timeline, including the validation regarding Spain, because the lead partner must submit the reporting packet 3 months after the end of the reporting period. All the information regarding the national control system are really outlined in our website. So there is a section where you have all the contact regarding the national institution and a lot of the document to read. Here you have the link, but I know you know pretty well the link. So the next slide goes to the control process flow in details. So as I say, the on-the-spot check is mandatory for investment. Essentially, the partners submit the partner report in GEMS. So it sends all the information to the national controllers with expenditure and activities through its report. The national controller verify all this information and complete any eventual checklist. and generate the control report, the control certificate and report in GEMS. At this time, the controller may ask you clarification or supporting document, be available and be in touch with them because it's really important. After that, the control work is finalized because the controller can upload the control certificate report, and the lead partner can gather all the certificates and the partner report and can submit the payment claim to the GS. No paper version is needed. And the deadline for the project reporting is set up in GEMS, as Judith already showed you where, in the project reporting schedule section. Here I take the opportunity to sum up a bit the document that you could handle for this. So 2 guides have been published by the Joint Secretariat and are available in the website. The first one is how to report activities and expenditure in GEMS. And the second one, it's more addressed to your controller, but for you as well. And it's a practical guidance for national controller that drive step by step in the control work. Everything is tracking GEMS. Here you have the link to access to the platform, and essentially lead partner and partner must ensure that the controller is designated by the relevant national authority for the project for call 5 as soon as possible, that the controller is assigned on GEMS on the project for which they have been proposed and designated by the national authority, and to provide the most up-to-date information to the national controller concerning the implementation of the project. Let's jump to the declaration of expenditure. Depending on the time, we will see in detail each. We probably are not going to see in detail each cost category, but don't worry, because we will send you this presentation, and we remain, of course, available after this presentation for questions, and also after these seminars. Before starting, please remind that for this current programming period, there is a 100% flexibility, financial flexibility for change between budget lines. So please note that it remains a really good practice to inform us about all change on the work plan that may lead to change between lines, but also on the budget distribution per period, as this information is needed for the financial monitoring of the project. Even if there is 100% flexibility, some activities modification may have to be approved by the GS. So keep contact, stay in contact with your project officer. At least we are finance officer as well. The declaration of expenditure, here you have a time-wise perspective regarding the eligibility of cost. Eligibility period for implementation costs starts from the date of the approval of the project by the monitoring committee of the program, as stated by my colleague Pascal. For the call SENC thematic strategic territorial project, it's so the date it's 24 June 2025. All expenditure must be related to the implementation of the project or to closure activities that must be incurred and paid by the end date of of the call. So the end date, you know, it's fixed and 31st May 2029, and any expenditure paid after the project end date, whatever the nature of the activity concerned, is ineligible. Here we have 3 levels of rules that apply to the eligibility of expenditure in the framework of all Interreg program, but especially in Interreg Med program. So you have the European rules, the Common Provision Regulation, CPR, RDF regulation, Interreg regulation, and the 1529, the IPA regulation. Additional rule on the eligibility of expenditure are set out in our program manual that it will be, I think, your Bible. And national rules, national eligibility rules also apply to issues not covered by the above mentioned European program eligibility rules and must be checked prior to the execution of the expenditure with the relevant national authority. So you will have anyway in the manual here, I report the section, the specific section, an exhaustive list of not eligible costs of the program and all information related to the expenditure. In the next slide, so unlike to the previous programming period, there is not advance payment. So reimbursement are based on paid expenditure confirmed as eligible by the national controller. 2 exceptions apply. The first one and 2 exceptions apply concerning the novelties as 25 cost option. The first one is the preparation cost lump sum that will be paid upon signature of the subsidy contract and no action is needed by the partners and the lead partners. So the second exception is linked to cost category that are affected from it because by flat rate. So it's these 2 cost categories are automatically calculated and are not subject to any control by the national control. Payment are sent according to the regulation up to 80 days after the submission of the reporting package and the payment claim, as far as the information and material provided by the lead partner are complete. Of course, the Q&A session should close. In case of the GS ask for clarification during the payment claim assessment, the 80 days counter is suspended. The next slide, it's quite important because as you can see, I put in alert to be reimbursed by the accounting authority. The lead partner must ensure that at the very start of the project, all project persons have completed the partner detail section in GEMS, including these, I'm sorry, there is 1212, but it's 4 points. The first one, it's linked to refer the ultimate beneficial owner, which is typically a request only when required for financial identification and anti-money laundering checks. So not for every partner by default. Normally it's private entities, example NGO, companies, association, sometimes foundation. It depends from a member state to another. That may be asked for beneficial owner detail by the Commission Validation Service. Public body are usually exempt, so keep contact with your national authority if you are any doubt, and they will clarify the issues. The second thing is the bank details. So enter all necessary information related to the account. I would like to highlight that the single bank account it's very important because it's a recommendation of the European Commission on transparency, fraud prevention, and anti-money laundering. So all Interreg reimbursement must be made to one single bank account per partner, which is declared in change, even if participating in multiple projects. Here you have the regulation if you want to know a bit more about it. After you have the document location, it's important as well to enter all the indicate the person in charge for the document store for any eventual audit trail, and the attachment section. Here, if you are, there is two different paths. If you are already partner of Interreg, please upload Interreg Euromed. Please upload the financial identification form, which should be duly signed and stamped by both partner and bank. So you upload the previously document used in the other project. If you are new, and I think that it's the case of many partners, sorry, upload the bank account form or file, duly signed and signed by both partner and the bank. Here you have a link that it's a direct link to a site of European Commission where you have all the different templates that depends by your legal status. You have to download, complete, and upload through in GEMS. Last point, if no bank signature is available, I don't know for the time, or you can attach to the fifth or with the BAF the bank certificate or the statement of the bank. So in the next slide, we can continue speaking about so the program foreseen two forms of reimbursement. The first one is real cost. It's an approach that become less and less common among partners, and it's a methodology that is approach that a complete audit trail must be performed and provided. And the simplified cost option that include a lump sum for preparation cost with a total amount a bit more increase in this programming period at 37,000 euro, and it's fixed and compulsory for all project, and is paid once the subsidy contract will be signed. So be careful to complete all the information related to the banking account in order to receive as soon as possible this preparation cost. Otherwise, you will have to wait. There is also a flat rate for us office and administration set at 15% on eligible staff costs, and it is mandatory for all partners. And another one that affects the travel and accommodation cost categories. The flat rate for the calculation of travel expenditure varies according to the country in which the project partner is based. We have a 15% for partner comes from European member state, and 22% for partner coming from IPA. In the next slide, we have a breakdown of the cost categories of the program. So, as you know, we have 6 cost categories. The first one is the staff cost, a fixed percentage of monthly working time dedicated to the project must provide. The second category of cost is related to office and administrative costs. As I already said, the flat rate automatically is calculated together with the travel and accommodation cost. Only if you didn't choose a real cost method. The fourth cost category is external expertise and service cost. And the fifth is equipment, and the sixth is infrastructure and spend works. We will see, we will give you the time to speak about, to let you make some question about your doubt or to clarify some point on these cost categories. But keep in mind that, for example, for the cost category staff cost, for the first one, the task, keep in mind that an update staff task assignment template must be uploaded in GEMS, and the same percentage must be maintained for at least the full reporting period that it's fixed at 6 months in the part and tail on GEMS, and establish in advance the estimation. If all or part of the direct staff cost is deemed ineligible, the amount allocated to cost category 2 and 3 will automatically be recalculated and reduced accordingly. You have the exhaustive list of the eligible costs in the program manual with all the information related to the audit trail example, so it's very easy to understand. Here I'm not going to explain each cost category because I would like to leave a bit more time of questions, for example. So I will jump. We will have all this information in the presentation that we will send you, and we will jump directly to the chart, some focus chart. For example, the first one is linked to investment because we know that there are a lot of investment in this call. So I take the opportunity to remind that investment can affect 3 different cost categories and must be approved by the GS in the consolidated application form. The 3 different cost categories, it's 4, 5, and 6. So external expertise and service cost, equipment, and cost for infrastructure and work. All infrastructure, technical and IT equipment development, material and relay service for deployment of pilot action, which are necessary for the delivery of project objective, are considered an investment. So as you already said, the on-the-spot check is mandatory. You have to check the durability requirement, and remember that cost, that investment refer to the output of the project, which remain in use after the completion of the project. The next one is regarding the outsourcing contract. So there is not a program threshold or rule for contract award. Information you have to put the information on GEMS as soon as the contract is signed with an external provider, a related link to the expenditure. The eligibility, of course, is just subject to the full compliance with European and national procurement rules, including institutional regulation is stricter. So here, once again, take contact with your national authority, because the Joint Secretariat has not the knowledge of each national rules applies to public procurement. So entities not subject to public procurement must comply with the principle on which procurement standards are based. For example, competitive tendering, transparent non-discrimination, and equal treatment, best value for money, lower price. To avoid a loss of funds, and in case of control, project partners must therefore be able to prove that the award of contract comply with the aforementioned principle and, where applicable, procurement rules. Here, an overview on the value-added tax eligibility. So the value, according to the Article 64 of the Regulation 2160 of the Common Provision Regulation, value-added tax is eligible by the program only in two cases. So the first one is for operation, the total cost of which is below 5 million euro, including that. And the second one is for operation, the total cost of which is at least 5 million, including that, where it is not recoverable under the national VAT legislation. In the framework of Interreg Euromed, the VAT is always eligible as a part of project expenditure for all projects with a total cost of less than 5 million of euro, except with an exception, except for project partner with an aid grant under GBR Article 20 that cannot, under any circumstance, report value-added tax if it is refundable under the applicable national tax law. Some word on the commitment risk that is laid down by at the program level with the Article 105 of the Regulation 6021, in which the Commission shall decommit any amounts which has not been used for pre-financing or for which a payment application has not been submitted by the 31 December of the first calendar year following the year of the budget commitments. The other one is at project level, following the Article 2.9 of the subsidy contract. So if the project financial absorption is not on track with the defined schedule, or a partner failed to respect the contract arrangement, corrective measure may be put in place. So the GS may propose to the monitoring committee to reduce the amount granted. Here, concerning the irregularities, irregularities is an eligible amount certified by the controller, verified by the managing authority, and detected after having been declared to the European Commission by the accounting authority. As a result of any level of control case state in the Article 12.2.1 of the subsidy contract, we have two cases, an unduly paid amount notified to the program by email via dedicated template and is correct in GEMS by the Joint Secretariat through a specific workflow. In case of ongoing project, withdrawal of the irregularity amount from a pending payment, so with the compensation, and in case of a closed project via a formal recovery procedure. So as far as the regularity is related to staff cost category, the corresponding flat rate related to categories 2 or 3 is automatically corrected by the system. I think that I have finished. So I leave you the time to make all the questions if you want. And to clarify.
Thank you, Julia.
You're welcome.
So for the moment, we have one question on the chat regarding the clarification about all our new partners. All partners, what we mean is a partner in Interreg Euromed program, so this programming period. So if you have already you are a partner in a project from call 1, 2, 3, or 4 of this programming period, then you have already a bank account registered in the system. And since we have to apply the single bank account principle, you will have to use the same bank account, and you can use the same fifth financial identification form for this new project also. If you are not part of a project from code 1 to 4, then you have to provide a bank account with the new identification file developed by the European Commission, which is called the BAF. It is the same.
And you can find it in the website that you have in the slide.
Yes. So, and we have one person, let me check. Giacomo, please.
Yes, hello, thanks. I'm Giacomo Pinaffo, partner in the Loop Zone project. Could you please go back to the procurement slide? I have a question about that. Yeah, thank you, this one. Just a clarification, because on the one hand, I see here that there is no program threshold for the contract awarding. But then I see that entities not subject to public procurement, like us, that we are a private entity, let's say, must comply with the different principles and so on. But do we need to comply with all those principles even for, I don't know, like €1,000 contract, so to show the tendering transparency and so on? So I don't really understand about the thresholds that we have to respect.
No. It's not about it's not a question of threshold. It's more a question. It's not about a small amount. But when you will award a contract, we had in many past projects for example, the continuity of an old contract awarded directly to an entity, a travel agency, for instance, and at the end, 5 years later. The partner was still working with this agency, and it was totally unjustified because it was very expensive. But he was maintaining this direct award to this agency. So the principles were not respected. There were no ad hoc award. And the initial award was a direct one because it was a very old link between the two entities, and all the budget were ineligible. So it's more when you reach a certain threshold, you can contact your national authority, but we advise to get some trace of your research, let's say. The direct award has to be taken with very many precautions.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not a question of you don't have to demonstrate from the first euro that you made an open competition. It's not this the subject. It's to
Sure.
respect in your awards the equal treatment and the base value for money.
So which means that even for I don't know, like I'm saying, €1,000 contract for translation or whatever, anyway, I could be asked to prove those principles by the
Yeah, you
controllers,
could be
let's say.
asked, but well, it's I don't think you will have a contract for such a low amount. But yeah, but when you are using EU funds, you must respect the principle of transparency and equal treatment. This
Okay,
is
thanks.
an administrative burden we can escape from.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? It's yes. Marco Graziani, please.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for your presentation. Just a small question. I would like to know if, for example, in case of vacancies, recruitment processes, or open tender procurement under a specific project, do we have the necessity to notify the Interreg Euromed in order to publish it on their website like it's been done for other programs?
No. No, there is no such obligation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We don't have other questions, so as we are also running out of time, we will go to the last session about communication. Sorry, Olga, for the time left.
But no, I know that we like to leave the most important topic at the end, so that can remain better in your mind. Just a moment, I'm trying to take the control of the presentation. If not, I can ask my colleagues if they can go through the section.
I'll give you the comment now. Should be working.
So, let's do that. Okay.
Sorry for that. We made a test yesterday and it was working, so don't know what happens today.
Okay. Thank you very much. And so good morning also from my side. And let's quickly check the communication part, because as your project is starting, it's time to start also with the project communication. And a quick question about on Slido, just to know if you already have a communication officer. Not use please the QR code on the slide, but the one I just copy on the chat, or just put LP5 on Slido to answer. For the moment, I'm quite reassured by your answer, because I can see them. Okay, we have the most of the project already has a communication officer. If you don't have one yet, it's time to find it as soon as possible, because we will have. We will see now. We will have a quick overview on the communication obligations and requirements. And on the 2nd of October, we have organized a meeting dedicated to communication. We already sent you the invitation, and we will send a recall in the next few days. So please share it. We will send it to the lead partners. So share it with your communication officers and all the colleagues involved in communication activities, because it will be the occasion to check all the communication aspects in details. In terms of expectation and obligation from the program, what we are expecting from you is a communication strategy. At the end of the presentation, there is a slide with all the deadline to remind. So a communication strategy, and all your project materials has to be compliant with the EU and the program rules. Each partner, so it's not an obligation concerning the lead partner, each partner has to display a poster in their offices and a project description on each partner website. So it's not concerning the project website, but your organization website. You have to deliver a video, a project presentation video. And you have, of course, to complete and update the website that we provided. You have to fill the communication report once a year. And on the project website, we also ask you if you can put a media kit for communication purpose. In terms of materials, so we provide, of course, the website. So each project will have a website and the Basecamp tool. We will have a project group on Basecamp. We had already provided the logo and the project logo and a poster template. And for all the materials that we ask you, there are guidelines. We provided guidelines for the video realization, for the communication strategy, for billboards and plaque, that is an obligation concerning the project investment. And we provide a tutorial for website, and of course our communication unit is available for any support you may need during all the project lifespan. Okay, let's see the online tools, namely the project website. We sent an email to the lead partner on Monday, on 15th September, with the credentials to log in to the content management system of each project website. The project is developed on WordPress, and you have a user manual, YouTube tutorials, and a checklist that you have to fill. You have to complete the website following this checklist by the mid-November. Then, or before, of course. And once completed, you have to send an email to us, to the communication unit, and we will check if everything is okay. And if it's the case, we will put the website online. And then you will update it and use it for all your project needs. We decided to provide the website because to harmonize all websites of the program, so and to facilitate the navigation and to be sure that all the main features are on it, and also to ensure the compliance with the European Commission program publicity rules. You can see here just a screenshot of another project website, but you can check on the page our projects on the program website. You can see all the website of the other projects that are already published, so you can also take inspiration and so on. About Basecamp, my colleagues previously already spent a few words on this. It's a collaborative tool online. Each project has its group. You have also group for mission, and we also have a group for all communication officers. So you will be invited at the later stage when we will have an overview of the communication officers of your project. And in order to ask to add, because we added the lead partner, you should have received an activation link. And then all partners can send the request through an online form that is on our website to ask for to be added on the Basecamp group. And if the partner or the person who is asking to be added is not listed on GEMS, we will ask confirmation to the lead partner. But it's a procedure that each partner can do. It's not mandatory that the lead partner asks for everyone. On Basecamp, you have a chat, message board, file storage, shared calendar, and task management. You have some modules, some plugin that you can use for this purpose. It's quite intuitive. You will see if we didn't have the option to check it already. About branding. The branding materials that we provide are the logo, the project logo, and the poster template, mainly. We do not provide PowerPoint or letterhead template. You are free to develop on your own, obviously following the program brand rules. And the most important things is the project logo. We upload it on Basecamp, and we sent an email on the beginning of September to the lead partner. So check on your Basecamp group. You have the a zip folder with all the different version of the logo. Here you can see an example. You know that your project belongs to a mission, and each mission has an icon with a different color. Here are an example of two different missions, the Green Living Areas one and the Sustainable Tourism one. Just to show that you have the two different versions of the logo, the standard and the horizontal one. They have the same importance, so you are free to use the one that best fit with the communication support you are preparing. And the logo has to go on all communication materials. I would say on all the project materials. And because in the logo, all the elements that you can see in the logo are part of the logo itself. So and the most important part of the logo is the European flag with the co-founded by the European Union. So this is an obligation to put the project logo almost everywhere, because there is the co-financement of the union displayed. So it has to go everywhere, and when it's not possible, because it can be some cases where it's not possible, you can contact us and we will find a solution together, but the solution is to explicitly mention the contribution from the program and the EU co-financing. There is a brand book with the guidelines that is available on our website. You can check it, and your communication officer, of course, can carefully read it. And the most important rules that you have after the one to put the logo everywhere is that once you have your logo on your communication materials, and there is another logo, for instance, the partners ones, any other logos has not to be bigger than the EU flag of the project logo. In this picture, you can clearly see what I was saying. It's quite technical, but it's very important that the bigger element is the EU flag on the project logo. Then we provide also poster template with guidelines. It's available on the program website in PowerPoint. So it's an open format that you can adapt and fill at your convenience with the project description, the URL of your website, and your key figures. And you have to send us the poster template for validation before printing. In general, it's better to send to the communication unit all the materials, so we can check and validate the branding before the production. On the program website, you have all these materials in the document and the project implementation section. There is the thematic project branding part where you have the brand book and the templates. And just a few words about goodies, because promotional items, because as the program is committed against the waste and we try to to work for the environment, etc. We don't like when we try to validate goodies to avoid any waste. And so there is a form on the on our website where you can ask for validation for the before the goodies production, this promotional items production. So if you want to print to produce a tote bag, pants, t-shirt, whatever, you have to justify why, explain us why these promotional items it's important to reach the project objectives, and if it's good for communication and it's eco-friendly, we will validate. But the expenditure will be not eligible if it's not previously validated by the JS. About monitoring, about the communication reporting, I do not have many words to say for the moment because we will send an email at a later stage with guidelines and with the form. But just to inform you that once a year, at the end of the year, or the beginning of the year after, we will send a form that you have to complete with some data about your communication, mostly the event that you organized, participants, and some data on social media, if you have social media. There's no obligation for your project to be on social media. So if it's the case, we will ask some numbers, but if not, it's not mandatory. And to recap all this information, here you have the next steps and deadlines about what I presented. The logo was released at the beginning of September. You can find the folder on Basecamp, on your project Basecamp group. If there is any problem, any question, or if for some reason you couldn't find it, wrote us. And the website, we sent it the credentials this week to the lead partner. If you need other user to be added, you can think you can do it on your own, but if not, we are available to add any other user to your content management system to manage your website. On the 2nd of October, there is the communication meeting. It's very important for your communication officer, so please share the invitation, and we will send a recall in the next days. And we wait for your email with the website completed by the mid-November, and about communication strategy by May of next year, so you have time. Of course, communication strategy is a document that it's better if it's provided at the beginning of the project. So if it's better if it's drafted at the beginning, as soon as possible, I would say, because in this document you will state the objective and the activities to reach your project goals, your project communication goals, but you have time, from a formal point of view, you have time until May 2026. At the beginning of next year, we will also organize a communication training on storytelling, on all the useful tools that can help to increase your communication. And the communication report will be in January 2027. Here are the useful links that you will find on our website. And I'd say it again, please do not hesitate to contact us at any time by email, on Basecamp, and so on, because we are here to help. We want to see good communication for your project, so we will remain available for any help you may need to for this purpose. Thank you, and if you have any question on communication, once again, we are available to answer.
Thank you, Olga.
Only one remark concerning the manual, the program manual. Please always go through the link. Do not download the document and keep it on your office because some updates can be done. We put the information about the update, but always use the link toward the manual, please. Thank you.
So do you have questions about the communication or any other question that you had not the opportunity to ask before? No? Yeah, I think that after 3 hours of meeting, we are all tired. So to sum up, you have all the information on our website with the manual, with the guides for reporting, with the videos and PowerPoints from previous seminars as well. So do not hesitate to consult all this documentation. And of course, you have your project officer as the first contact point for any question. And can remember to work hardly on your pre-contracting in order to finalize this step as soon as possible and have everything needed to implement in a right way all your activities. We are really happy to have you on board in our Euromed community. And also, of course, inform your project officers for your steering committees. Maybe they could attend at least online. So this is important too. Thank you very much. And good luck for the implementation of your project. Thank you, colleagues.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.